Hello, YouTube. Welcome to Hackmed Gaming. I am Hackmed. We are here with some more out of ore. Been a few days. I ended up going to Indiana for a little trip to see my niece's 3-year-old birthday party. I went down there, and my parents were there from Florida, and I haven't seen them in a few years. So it was nice to get down there, and then came back and had power outage problems here. And still today, this is my third attempt at trying to finish this recording. Or to finish recording, period. So we'll see how it goes. But with that said, let's get our stuff done. Let's see if today's the day we can get our hopper. Start with our debuff. I don't remember what we had last time. No excavator, and man, I'm hitting that one to spin twice every freaking episode, it feels like. Which sucks, obviously, because then I have better chance of having a bunch of crap stuff. I think we had main claim road and excavator. All right, my trucks are broke down. That sucks. And market crash. Everything's doubled in price. Perfect. Especially because, at least one good thing will come out of that. We will now unlock the hopper because we won't be able to buy it today. That's all right. We still have a lot of prep to do. Go, go, go. Oh, you son of a... All right, well, let me write down my up 8x6. Remove that. Let's spin again. Okay. Well, we're down to, at the most, we're looking at what? 1, 2, 3, 4, like 6 episodes at the most until we get a hopper. It ain't gonna take that long, right? No possible way. Like I said, again, it'd be nice. We'd be able to make more money a little quicker here. But, shacker screen. Yes, that is what that should be. I'll go ahead and remove the shacker screen. Hey, what can you do? See what 2 power things we're gonna unlock here. We're looking at 2 wind 1200. Okay. Wouldn't mind getting like a power input 1. I don't remember what the 3 cost. Then wall pylon 3600. All right, we're good with that. And then last but not least, roller something. Slow down. No, fast. Speed up, I meant. Speed up, I meant. Loader L8. All right. Well, whole lot of nothing, but that is okay. All right. Well, where we left off, this got flipped magically somehow. I don't know how. No, it was definitely me. So I guess before I pick it up and move it by hand, I am gonna go get our excavator, and I'm gonna drive down here and see if I can't flip it upright with that. And that is, that's up here by our one little iron pit. So I had some comments about you know, like moving bars and stuff and carrying too many and kind of unrealistic, you know, which it is, obviously. So I'm trying to come up with a good solution for that. 'Cause obviously we can't carry bars in a truck. So I'm not really sure how I want to go about that. There, high gear. Yeah, so I don't know what to do to, you know, not carry 5-6 stacks of gold bar and stuff to the place to sell it. I have to test. I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure I can just load a truck with like gold ore and stuff. So I may end up I don't know. I'm thinking of possibly just putting like a little mini kind of plant at like the general store. Maybe, you know, just basically once I get one, a hopper into like storage and the smelters over there, and kind of, you know, take the gold to them, turn into bars and sell. Now, granted, I'd still have to carry them from my pocket to the front desk, but that'd just be a mere only way I can do it. Because unless there's something different, regardless, I'm gonna have stacks of bars in my inventory. You know, there's nothing that pulls them out of the smelter. There's nothing that puts them into the smelter. So either way, I'm gonna have to have, you know, large amount of bars in my pocket. I don't know. So I'm still kind of looking around and thinking of how to try to do that to make it, you know, a little, I'm going to use the word realistic, but a little more on the fair side of things, based on, you know, the challenges I'm trying to, you know, put myself against here in the game. Some stuff just might not be possible yet. You know, down the road, something like that may be a little bit easier to do. Might be able to, you know, load up stuff into a truck or, you know, semi-truck or something like that. But at the moment, we just don't have anything for it. So I'm still kind of debating on that. We're not realistically even close to like that kind of stuff. The steel and stuff, obviously, we're kind of, or stuff, we're kind of there now. I don't know if you can even do this or not. Okay, we can. Good. All right, so that is up. So now, let's see, let's bring this in. See if we can get enough weight on the back to climb up over this. There you go. Alright, so our trucks are broke down, which really ain't that big of a deal. If we would have got hopper, then, you know, it would have been. I'm gonna say, I think we're just gonna keep digging out here. I think we need to continue working on getting this prepped. Like I said, we're gonna be coming up really quick, and we'll have a hopper. And like I said, even if I unlocked it right now, my kind of plant location isn't set up for it. So kind of briefly, I do want to look. I don't think it's any different. Because what do I have? I have the L8000, which is 8.5, and this one I think is the same, isn't it? Yeah, 8.5. I think it's just a nicer looking version of that. 204, 204, 259. So this one's actually, I think, the better one anyway. I don't know. Some of the vehicles I haven't quite figured out yet. I feel like they're the same. So ideally, I was gonna switch to the excavator down here to dig this out, but I don't want to have to drive it to dump the dirt somewhere else because we don't have a truck today. Yeah, has it not been at least this third episode in a row now we've gotten the roll twice, I think? Maybe 4. I know we've got it once before. I feel like this is the third. Maybe it's only the second. I can't remember. I can't keep up. But we're just gonna keep digging this out. Get this all prepped up. We still are on that issue of having to make money. So when we start unlocking the stuff, we can afford it. Smelters and all that should have been loaded up last time. But yeah, if you have some ideas how to do that, the way that kind of seems fitting with the challenge, but the best thing I can think of is, like I said, just putting a plant, storage, and smelters at the general store. Which I mean, I don't know how it works in a real world scenario. I know in Gold Rush they used to just take the ore, or the gold ore, I'll call it ore, sure, and have it smelted and dealt with and cleaned, but I think they ended up doing some of it themselves later, if I remember right. It's been a while since I've watched it. So I guess I could just, as long as I can load the truck up with the gold ore, I will just do that, load it up with the gold, and drive it to the general store, load it in a hopper there into the storage, and then, like I said, unfortunately from there I will have to carry it. The next part that kind of stinks about that is I'm gonna have to drive all the way to town for smelting, which isn't so much of an issue, except for, I mean, really, if the general store is smelting it, then it shouldn't affect. Am I doing it again? I shouldn't have to waste my time going there to do it. So I don't know. It's a little issue, and it may end up being one of those things that we may just have to let slide, or the amount of bars I carry in my inventory is based on what vehicle I take up there with. If I take it with my pickup truck, 2 stacks of something. If I take it with the freaking Petworth over there, I can do 6, whatever the case may be. That might be the other thing, and that's just, granted, it's still in my inventory, but that just might be the vehicle I have to drive to carry X amount of stacks. But yeah, I'm not sure. So if you have some ideas, let me know. Let me know down below. Again, typical, leave a comment, let me know, and I can't figure this out. Help me out, chat. Sure, comments help, but no, I'd really, in general, would like to know thoughts and ideas. Might have to smooth this out a little bit. I don't really want to yet, but definitely a little tipsy. A little less slope probably wouldn't hurt. And there's also talk about me overloading the truck too much. Ultimately, from the way I understand it with the trucks, it's once you hit the full bar, where it's full, that's pretty much the top of the truck, and then everything after that is what would be over the truck. Over like kind of that, sticks up above the rail there. I don't really think that is too much of an issue, and it affects me. The weights in the vehicle do affect what I do. So if I overload it, like you'll see it when I drive, up to the coal plant, truck goes slower. So it's not you know, kind of like I get to do it for free, you know, just overload a truck and stuff. It does affect it. And I'm guessing it affects me a lot, especially on these uphill parts where I'm going like 2 kilometers an hour. So I'm not as concerned about that. Like I said, the gold bar stuff, or any bars for that matter, I definitely understand that. But like I said, having said that, we can only do so much with what we have available to us at the moment. So like I said, maybe the best option is just I can carry X amount based on what vehicle I'm going to drive into town to sell with. Because then I can't get there super fast with my truck if I'm taking, you know, 10 stacks. You know, I'd have to take the Petworth or the DX over there, the DX20. And, you know, if I don't have any bigger trucks unlocked, I can't take, you know, more than whatever the determined stacks size would be per vehicle. Like I said, part of me that says, you know, we'll just do it there. Don't mind it, but I shouldn't be penalized like having to drive there to load up the stuff and unload it if I'm taking it to a general store and it's their job to do. Is it that big of a deal? No, not really. And every episode driving into town. Let's see here. Let's see if I can get this a little more float. I mean, I could bring excavator over here and just make a pile of dirt here and use this to move it every once in a while. But then on the other hand, let me know what you guys think if stuff's progressing too slow. Do you guys care about how quick it's progressing, or you just enjoy watching the series, enjoy watching digging happening and the whole kind of concept of the season? I've heard nothing but good things about it. Not that I've heard a ton, but I've heard nothing bad about what I've kind of tried to do here with this season. Because, you know, if majority of people are thinking it's kind of slow and not progressing much, ultimately I'm here to try to provide entertainment for you. And if majority of people are not being entertained by what we have happening or the speed that we have things going, then I'll make changes. I'll make changes to it. Like I said, I can, you know, do some different things and try to get stuff going a little bit quicker. But maybe, like I said, maybe you enjoy the, you know, here we are digging out pit not to make money, or, well, ultimately to make money, I guess, realistically, but not to run anything through a wash plant that we don't have yet, but just to prep for a system to do all that. Definitely going to be a longer season, that's for sure, at this progression rate. That's way too steep. Getting too steep, I think. Okay, well, we got the empty sign. We're not empty yet. We still got a little bit to go. Like I said, once we get moving and cooking, I'll probably do some episodes of... I think I did one last season, one, maybe two, I can't remember for sure, where I just put some music on and I wasn't even on camera. It was just an episode of nothing but digging. I found it pretty nice and easy. Just it's a lot easier at night. Like I said, sometimes it gets a little. My wife will be going to bed or something. So I try not to make too much noise. So I remember right when I did that, that was exactly what I did. He was sleeping, and I just fired up the game and hit record and dug for a couple hours. All right, we are now empty. All right, let's buy one of those. I gotta dump these off. Think about it. I guess you're gonna go there because I need to make sure you can reach. And you, I'm gonna have to drive around because if I'm gonna pay $2,000, as well refuel all my equipment here. But I'm definitely thinking too, like I think it was last episode I mentioned, I think once I get the foundation of this mine set and, get the equipment and get to that point where we're, realistically just kind of digging, getting deep, a lot of stuff like that, I might actually open it up to some multiplayer, just to have some dig sessions that help us dig quicker. That'll be at the point where the money's not an issue. It doesn't take long to get to that where it's like, okay, I have enough money to do what I want to do. So really making money ain't gonna do anything special for me. I'm thinking once we get to there, we'll might open it up and have some multiplayer sessions where we just go through and dig. Probably a ways away. I did get the map set up for the season 2 co-op map. Just gotta find the time at night to fire it up and hope that we got enough people on that wanna join in and play. I was gonna do it. Let's see, what is it? Oh, that's rough. Auto ore has crashed. Fatal error. We're back. Game crashed. Yes, I lost all progress from the start of the episode. So I just went through, and for full transparency, I teleported my vehicle here. I didn't go drive it again because I've already done that. So I teleported it to there. That was still fell over. I just teleported it here. I said, no, nobody here really gives a shit, but I did it anyway. And then I just dug until I ran out of fuel. To be about where I was at, so it may look different than when you last seen it, but I just figured I didn't want to waste time in the episode digging the same stuff I've already did. So I died almost in the same spot. I made it a hair further. So yeah, I'm just gonna refill and go from here. I did change the autosave back to 15 minutes. Just took one crash for me to say, okay, that's enough of 30 minutes. We'll do 15. And we were getting really close to the autosave. So I'm trying to keep an eye on it to see if it crashes again. About the auto time save, just so that is, then we know there's a bug with autosave. I wish that autosave really didn't, for me or make you stop terraform. I understand it, but wish it didn't because I had to put it on. I don't know, 15 minutes might be the least amount of time I can do, but it just autosaved and good to go. But I think it was, I don't know if it was this season or last, I switched to 30 minutes. I felt like it was this one, just because it was kind of a hindrance sometimes trying to work and having to wait a couple minutes for the save to go. But we're back on 15 now. As long as the autosave isn't what's causing the problem, then at most we'll lose 15 minutes. And I'm trying to manually save it here, and I've saved it twice since I came back. No, and that's probably deep enough. Like, I don't feel like the hopper is any more than just one block down. I'm trying to get the far side with this, and then I'm going to grab the excavator and dig out the rest. Is the plan. Okay, well, this one autosaved, so it didn't crash. But while I was in there, I realized that some settings must have went back to default when I switched to beta. The weather was on clear skies, not random. In the night and daytime was off a little bit. I'm not really sure what setting to put that on. So what time are we saying it is right now? What was that? 40. So I added it up, so there's should be some night. I mean, I think night's on ×2 and days on real time. So don't really want to drop down there. I can probably hit most of this with my excavator there. So I just need to kind of concentrate on this side here. Oh, and fun fact, when I was digging, you know, the part that did it out after the crash, I flipped my loader over there. I picked it up and put it back down. I was like, nope, I didn't flip it last time I was digging, so we ain't counting it. All right. Yeah, I feel like we just got to go, you know, as long as we get close, one wall length down. Bad thing is we're also going to have to get underneath these platforms here to, that's right there. That is a formula for flipping over. Because we're probably going to be bringing the conveyors in underneath, obviously, and then up. So we'll have some work under there to do. I don't really even need to dig this far back, because this will just be all road, but at least we'll have some room. In fact, I'll probably have to add some more dirt back right here just so the road, or the little platform coming on, is nice and smooth. I'm gonna have to cut down more trees because I'm gonna need supports and stuff for all the conveyor stuff and whatever else, so there's nothing floating. Which luckily we shouldn't. I don't think we're gonna have that issue with the different up and downs now. So we should be able to do it and keep everything kind of. Oh God, she won't stop falling down. This could be bad. Kind of tip it forward a little bit and push me out. Okay, we're gonna hop out. Have to, I didn't want that to freaking glitch and crash the game or something stupid. kind of knew this was gonna be happening. It's pretty rough down there. In fact, before I make the same mistake with that, let's flatten this out a little bit in here just to help make sure I don't do it with that, because then I'm kind of screwed and got to figure out some way to buy something for emergency towing. There we go. Now we got some rain, getting some weather effects back. Funny how little stuff like that, I didn't even really pay attention to it not raining at all. But now that it's raining, I'm like, oh hey, it's raining. To if I might have to go take out some more planks here. Bucket might be hitting right here. Just to be safe, I'll remove that. Man, I made it look really easy before. Come on, come on. Come on, come on, baby. Come on. All right. Not gonna lie, I mean, it works pretty decent. Kind of happy you can do that. That makes it a little fun. All right, there we go. We got that done. Good. Try not to do that again. No, that really sucks is it deletes. Okay, another crash. I think I've crashed more in this episode than I have crashed the entire time playing this game in my 300 hours, whatever I have. Okay, we're back again. That is the second crash, so something is different with something that's changed. I didn't bother just digging again. I'm just gonna pick up digging where I left off. Definitely something going on, or maybe I'm the only one having this issue. But definitely makes it hard to not only record, just to play, period. So I'm sure it's something happened. I said, or it's me. I don't know. But this definitely, I think I've only had, like, that I could think of, 1 or 2 crashes in my entire existence of this game, and I've had 2 in a 54-minute period. So the funny thing is, I don't have anything, like, ain't like I have new Vares or something up here running and causing an issue, so I'm not really sure what it is. I don't have a whole bunch of stuff on the map. I mean, I have some buildings way over there. I have 1 smelter running, a couple watchtowers, one oil derrick and, you know, some crafting benches that probably aren't even running anyway. We'll see. We'll keep going here a little bit. So far, I've spent 54 minutes and I've dug this, so it's pretty good. I mean, I'll cut, you know, 10 minutes out of this for you guys, where I redid the first crash. If I keep it up, I probably can do the same thing that I did there. So that big hole, that's back, but whatever. I think once I get a little bit here, I'm going to switch to the excavator just to get us some finer lines on this side here. I don't really need it ramped down there for any reason. And I'll just dump it on the ground and use this to scoop it up at a later time. Try to go a little deeper down here. Should fill in that hole too. Really need it there, but we'll just leave it for now. So it'd be nice to have a truck to load it into and just bring it over here and empty it off. I don't know if the loader, I don't think it'd really make that big of a time difference. Obviously, excavator would be nice, but that's all right. We're making it work. Gonna have to invest in some new trucks. This is the second time they broke down. But that's the nice thing too. We have the loader and the excavator. So unless we get a roll to take both and it's both the loader and the excavator breakdown, should always at least hopefully have something to work with. But yeah, as of heavy equipment, all I'm really caring about is the roller, right? Excavators are all pretty much the same at this tier. The loaders are pretty much the same. And I already have one of them. But I think pretty much just the roller. I don't care about the no tailgate truck. I actually wanted the tailgate one and I got that one, so that worked out. Let's see here. Let's try to go a little bit there. Try to keep the weight a little lower. I feel like yeah, I guess I could grab a wall, a piece of floor, and see. Man, sucks. I feel like we need to save it. Might have to try to do some investigating here and see if I can figure out why it's crashing. Maybe Event Viewer will have something for me. All my drivers, everything like that's up to date. Oh, better tell the wife. Time for a new computer. I've talked about, like, I think the last 2 episodes, I'm in the market for a new freaking chair still. I had one in the cart. What day was it? Sunday, maybe? But, man, I got to that part of buying it, and I'm like, there's so much money. It was on sale. Sale's over now, so it makes me easier. I was, for the first time, I was having buyer's remorse before I even bought anything. That thing is, the wife was saying, buy it, just buy it, get it, you need it. I'm like, no. I think I can hit everything else with this. Let's smooth this out, and then let's just kind of hit right here, make sure this is a nice little decently flat area. And I'll just dump the dirt over here, and I'll just scoop it off the ground with that at another time. I gotta get used to the zoom now that pretty sure they've changed it. I feel like it zooms way out compared to what it used to. And I don't like that one. I like this one. Do got Dead Zone Road comes out too here today, the next couple days, whatever. So that'll be fun. I mean, if you're just strictly kind of out of ore oriented, you probably won't care for it. Just a first-person road type. I've done a couple videos of the demo. I think what I put in the demo, 60 some hours. I think 40 or 60, I don't remember, but I enjoyed that game. Let's see here. I feel like the focus cam, that like the one I'm using now that I prefer, is even different for some reason. Like it's doing like a weird magnification thing. I don't know. And we're like what, 3-4 weeks away from Roadcraft. I don't know if everyone's excited for it or not, but I am. I think it has a good scratch to an itch that not only me, but I'm sure a lot of people have been wanting. Definitely ain't gonna be the prettiest looking hole here, but we won't see it. I like my camera. I don't know. Something feels funny. I don't know what it is though. I feel like my camera buttons are inverted for some reason. Yeah, it's starting to dump dirt in spots I'm not dumping it. Which it's always done. You know, it's always kind of been like that. We'll just have to back up, clear some dirt off of here. Kind of hoping that with dirt rework and a lot of the stuff they're working on, that'll kind of be a changing thing. A little more precise dumping. Like I said, there's not a lot of games out there like this, or that have this kind of, you know, systems to it, but which makes it, you know, hard to deal with, and a lot of different takes on it. You know, you got like the gold mining simulator, which is somewhat, and then, you know, some of the mechanics of roadcraft I think would be great here with the road building and stuff. You know, the way you can kind of dump sand and stuff out is kind of a little more pinpoint. You know what I mean? Like you dump it out and it dumps where you're dumping. It doesn't just start appearing, you know, off to the side. I think stuff like that would be very, very good to have here. And maybe we'll get it. Like I said, there's Unreal 5 is coming at some point. I'm pretty sure that involves a new dirt system of some sort, if I'm not mistaken, or a new terraforming. So we'll see. It's not terrible. I mean, you really only run into this problem when you're doing something like I'm doing. If you're just digging and running stuff through a plant, you don't ever really have to worry about it. But I am trying to, you know, add some stuff to it. Like I said, for example, I don't have a truck. I'd put this in a truck and then just drive it, you know, 5 foot and dump it. But I don't have a truck right now. So I'm going to do this. All right, first and foremost, let's turn around. Let's see. I'm try to see if I can get along this wall. I'll be able to really well with this being a hill, but might be enough. This one here, when I'm digging with this, I'm probably digging too deep, but I guess I'd rather have too much space than not enough and have to either bring this back and do more digging or do it by hand. Gonna dump and flip me right into the pit. Not really what I wanted to do there, but we'll make it work. I never have played the original Dirt version of this with the little balls and stuff. I heard it wasn't great. But I think there is that legacy in Steam that I could actually try it. I'm actually kind of curious. Right now, I'm kind of more worried that it would screw something up with my saves, so I don't want to do it right now. I can back up my saves or bring my backups. Usually I back them up after every episode I film. Yeah, last episode I would have probably used this over the loader. It would have taken more time, but I think I'd have a little bit better preciseness, but it was broke down, so we started with the loader. Yeah, I'm definitely deep here, which is fine. I don't even need to go back this far either. I know that, but I keep doing it anyway. Doesn't hurt. One of these here soon, I know are going to push me in the pit. I'm going to laugh at it. Am I going to hit that? I could dump it over here. Oh, let's see here. Let's turn. Let's try to get ourselves in a position here not to fall into this hole. Let's go see what we got down here. Do a little bit of this. Make it look a little bit nicer than what I dug it out to be. Yeah, right here is probably going to be a little high. Right in that little corner. This here will be close. Nothing we can't just pickaxe once we get here. Here definitely is going to be a little high. But like I said, we are going to have to open up some of this and get down in there, which means probably just gonna go buy the fast sledgehammer. I don't remember how much it cost, but not this episode. Maybe next one when we go to town to buy our hopper when it unlocks. All right, let's get you out of the way. Let's get this pile here cleaned up. Well, definitely don't want to take you too far. No! Saved. This thing has a little wheelbase, doesn't it? Or not wheelbase, little narrow. I don't know if I've ever used this loader, to be honest with you. I don't remember if I bought this in my first season. I don't remember what I started with. Maybe I did. I know I can go through and flatten that. I'm just trying to wait because I don't want to lose too much dirt in the flattening process. I think that's too low. Figure it out and add to it as we go. More we can do. I really like the lights from the third person view. I really don't like them in the first person. And I know I'm asking for a lot of flips too by going up so high and riding over this friggin' terrain. I am aware that I cause most of my own problems. Yeah, I want to do some testing, or try to do some testing here to see how much dirt you lose or gain by dumping it on the ground, picking it up. So I think it'd be kind of fun to dump your pay dirt on the ground and have to load it up into the hopper with this. I think it'd be more fun with, you know, in a co-op world. All right, I think that looks probably pretty good. This weird old bump here. Definitely be some fine tuning that we're gonna have to do here. That's for sure. Okay, might as well come over here. I'm gonna hit some of this now. I want to go over there. Right over here where I know it's high. I said it's a lot of work, but it is kind of fun. Feels a little rewarding. Like, I'm over here, you know, dumping dirt to bring this ground up or to level it, whatever the case may be. Just have a nice feel to it. Just need to get it functional. Like, I mean, all this needs filled in. I'm not worried about it right off the bat. I just have to get it where it's functional enough to drive through and get done what needs to be done with the equipment we have. Once we start getting bigger, better equipment, you know, then it's gonna be a lot easier to fill this, and a lot of that I kind of want to fill up too. But yeah, I mean, we're gonna have plenty of dirt, that's for sure. Like I said, our whole cut is 40 feet of dirt we got to dig out. So we'll have that. Let's see. So slow. Yeah, we're going to do some digging down here. I ended up going up higher, so we didn't have to do as much digging, so that's nice. That'll work. Do have 81 trees. When I go up there, maybe I'll throw that into it. This needs to be sold, or not sold, put away. Let's see here. Now, for now, I'm going to put these in my thing. Like I said, still have to figure out that system. If you guys have any ideas, honestly, throw me. If you don't want to type something up in a comment, that's fine. If you find me on Discord, just Ahmed Gaming, send a DM if you want. That doesn't matter. Like I said, it's not one of those, oh, I want to have more comments, so answer this. I just genuinely would like some ideas. All right, we have 408 wood planks. I didn't realize. Forgot we had all these up here. All right, let's throw those in there. Throw those in there. Let's do 50 of those and 50 of those for now. And 50 of those. $40 planks, and the rest will make beams. Should be about 40. We'll go check in on our oil derrick here. 50 barrel. They'll just pumping oil away. Got some fuel for the generator. I'll probably end up buying another one of those, so one can do oil, one can do the fuel. You're set, you're set. I didn't dig anything out of there. I mean, we brought that up over there pretty good. So yeah, we're pretty close. Pretty good. We know that one needs work. And I don't remember how wide we were going. I think 4. I'm gonna do all this and then find out that 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep. that the hoppers are actually too deep. Yeah, so we'll end up having them run this way, underneath there, and then somewhere pop up and end up having our system up there. Clean up that there a little bit. Don't think we need anything this way. Clean up this edge. The nice thing is, once we get this here set and that out there dug out, however we're going to need it, we should be pretty good. And just to pre-warn you, I'm sure I'm going to overbuild this plant. I'm going to add stuff or have, 2 lines or something stupid that doesn't need to be there. Just remember, especially if you're new, I don't do stuff for efficiency per se, unless that happens to be also what I think looks cool and is fun. That's the most important thing to me. All right, so yeah, we'll get them walls will be created, so we'll be able to box this in back here. Should be able to do this. We're not gonna be able to fill it all in because we obviously use some down there. And we're not bad. We'll have to add a little bit of dirt here, it looks like, which is no problem at all. And probably some roof pieces on there just to slope it. We'll probably bring it out a little bit further, probably at least one more tick, maybe 2. We'll see how it works out. And then this side here, I know is too low, if I remember right. Pretty good there, but a little low here. We'll do the same thing here, probably bring it out 1 or 2. Then slope it down and then try to keep about this slope all the way down. So I'd say roughly where my little crosshair is, to me, like everything, if you do a line, everything below that's going to have to be filled in, which ain't too bad. And then this will slope right down into the cut. That's my plan anyway. Slope right straight down. I'm gonna make it straight, hopefully. No curves on it. I don't have to run into that whole sideshow again. But that's the plan. We will also have a ramp on this side. We're gonna start over there and work our way this way. Like I said, this is a lot of land for one person to be digging. And there'll be I think I already started it. Yeah, right here. Might have to change the direction a little bit. Oh no, I think we'll be good. This is kind of like the line here. This will be leveled there, dug out, come over here, and it'll be another way up. So it'll be a giant circle if I need to. And another way into this once we get there. So that'll be level there. We'll just get a nice little slope that goes straight down to where we need to be. But that's the plan for that. We're probably quite a ways from that, especially on on that side, since I have determined once we start digging and getting this filled out to start over here. And then once we get the hopper, we will be taking one of the machines, I don't know yet, back up to our little iron pit with the lithium and aluminum and the gold we're getting. We'll load it up and we'll be able to run that in here and get it into storage. But yeah, I think we're going to call that there. A couple crashes later and nothing but digging and getting prepped. But we do have a spot to put our hoppers. So that is a bonus. We have wood floors being made to finish that off and get the walls in there complete so it'll look nice. And we're having supports being made for when we start running conveyors. So hopefully the next couple episodes, we can start getting that going. We'll dig that out next time and get under there what we think will be set. I don't really know for sure. I don't know what I'm going to do under there yet, but most of it's clear. Like I said, I tried to build up a level so I didn't have to dig so much underneath it. But we'll go that route and get that taken care of, see what we unlock, see if we get some goodie stuff. Not looking for a whole lot more that I really want right off the bat. I'm sure there'll be little conveyor pieces here and there, but one of the hoppers, I don't care which one, and the roller. That's what I'm really waiting for. But yeah, if you have any thoughts or plans or ideas about how to sell my gold bars in a semi-realistic way, let me know. Like I said, my only thoughts are either A, I can only carry as many bars based on what vehicle I'm using it to take it there. So like I said, if I'm using the truck, I can take, 1 stack or whatever the case may be, 2 stacks, whatever is determined. If I'm taking, the Petworth, I can take 4 stacks. If I'm taking the DX20, I can take, 10 stacks, whatever the case may be. Or it's just build a little hopper and storage container there and the smelters in the general store. And I'm pretty much dropping off the ore there for them to smelt, and then I'd sell it, which would still require me to put stuff in my inventory just to walk it to the general store, a couple feet. Which I don't mind that. Like I said, the only thing I don't like is then I have to go there every time to turn on the smelters. And if I'm taking it to the general store for them to smelt it, it's not really my job to smelt. So it kind of takes away from stuff. Or anything else you think of, let me know. Let me know what your thoughts are on it, if you have one. But thank you for watching. If you liked the video, hit that like button for me. Leave a comment below. Anything you want. Emojis, anything works. And hit that subscribe button. I really appreciate it. A lot of support from a lot of people. And it's awesome. Discord's in the description. Hop on in there. And yeah, have a wonderful night, evening, morning. And hope to catch you next video. Bye.